Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am so glad to be here today and I'm happy that you've tuned in to watch an exciting topic today. So today I'm going to be making you to be legally aware of the 5 major rights you are entitled to as a tenant. As a tenant, you think once you're living in someone's house, everything revolves around the landlord, right? So that's not how it is. But before we start, I just wanted to make you to understand about something. Please, before you pack into any apartment, please do this one thing. Make sure you pray over the apartment, anoint it, involve God in the apartment. Sometimes it sounds somehow, it sounds odd, right? And you know that the spiritual actually controls the physical. Invite God into that apartment, into that premises, so that you will live in peace. So that being said, now let me now go back to our topic for today. 5 major rights you are entitled to as a tenant. Number one is right to inspect the apartment. Please, you have every right to inspect the apartment. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Even if you are not available, you have maybe a relative or maybe a caretaker or a legal practitioner that can inspect the premises, inspect the house, check the fittings, check everywhere, check the sockets, inspect the lighting, make sure that everything is working perfectly before you move into the apartment. Number two is you have a right to a written agreement. Sometimes people feel like it's not really necessary so long as I've paid my rent. Sometimes there are some clauses that are being included in a written agreement that you are not aware of. The landlord will just be like, if you did not collect any agreement, they just be like, okay, you're already aware, or they just say it orally. Please, you have a right on agreement. If the landlord does not talk about it, insist on that right. Insist that the landlord gives you an agreement. And once you receive that agreement, make sure you read it, or if you don't understand, give it to a lawyer to vet it for you. That is one of the most important things or the most important rights that you are entitled to as a tenant. Now, number three is you have the right to a payment receipt. Once you pay your rent, insist that the landlord gives you a receipt. I've seen people that they pay rent and they park in, and there's always issues. Sometimes some people just park into an apartment and once they've paid, they feel so relaxed, like, I've arrived, you don't need a receipt. It's very important. Now, one of the importance of a receipt is it actually shows the beginning and the termination of that tenancy, and it's very important. For example, if maybe the landlord is not in the country and then it's the caretaker or the legal practitioner that actually gave the apartment to you and you paid it through the caretaker or the legal practitioner, anything can happen at any time. A time will come when that person might no longer be the caretaker or the legal practitioner. That receipt is actually what will show whether you're a real tenant or maybe when you came in and when your tenancy will terminate. That's one of the major reasons why you need a payment receipt. Please do not fail to collect payment receipt whenever you pack into any form of apartment. So now we are moving to number four. You are entitled to exclusive possession. Now, and also peaceable quietness. I'm merging these two as well because they work hand in hand. Exclusive possession, peaceable quietness. That's another right you are entitled to. Now what is exclusive possession? For example, you are actually renting a 3 bedroom apartment or a 2 bedroom apartment. Everything, that 3 bedroom and all its appurtenances, meaning everything that is surrounding that 3 bedroom, belongs to you as at the time your rent is subsisting. That's what exclusive possession means. And then peaceable quietness means like the environment to be so peaceful. There is nothing that will affect you, no hazards, no issue or anything that will affect your peace or your mental health. That's why most of the time we ask you at the beginning to inspect that property, inspect the environment to know if that's the place where you can actually live in, if you have children, where you can actually raise your children. So that is for number four. Number five is you have a right to statutory notices. Now the question is, what are statutory notices? These are notices a landlord should or to issue the tenant if, for example, the landlord no longer needs you in his apartment, your rent has expired and he doesn't want you to be in the apartment no more, or the landlord wants to use the apartment for personal purposes, you are entitled to be served those notices before you are ejected in the apartment. Number one is quick notice. And what is a quick notice? A quick notice is a notice that is being given to a tenant. For example, if you're a yearly tenant, you'll be given a quick notice of 6 months. If you're 2 years, you'll be given a quick notice of 1 year. If you're 6 months, give a quick notice of 3 months, like telling you that the owner wants to recover his premises, make sure that notice is given to you. If maybe at the expiration of that quick notice you are still in that apartment, you have a right to a 7 days owner's intention to recover possession. Make sure that all these notices are being served to you. Don't allow anyone to come and humiliate you, embarrass you, or treat you anyhow. You're actually entitled to that. Now, what is 7 days? That's the landlord. This actually happens when you are no longer a tenant. For example, your rent has expired. So your landlord will just give you 7 days owner's intention to recover possession. And once that is done, your landlord will now file a lawsuit against you to leave the premises. But there's something I want to tell you as a tenant. Please do not let all these things lead to the third aspect, which is lawsuit. Once you're being given a quick notice and you don't want to leave the apartment, please either you go and have a meeting with your landlord, or you involve a legal practitioner. Do it on time to avoid any form of issue, because why I'm saying this, because if you eventually go to court and then the judgment is given and is in the favor of the landlord, auntie uncle will be ejected by the bailiffs of court. I'm sure that you've learned something today. I know you know your rights as a tenant, and I know you're going to implement it. Please don't just pack into an apartment with half of ignorance. Just make sure you practice all that you've learned today. But meanwhile, before we leave it today, just make sure you like, share, and drop any comment. In case you have any topic that you want to talk about, drop it at the comment section. Subscribe to my channel, and just do well to hit the notification bell so that any topic that we drop, you'll be the first to get it. Okay, to have a wonderful day. Bye.